Now back to the sage, Larry Elder.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. We are again here in the Phoenix Convention Center, a Turning Point USA event called America Fest 2024, and the man himself will be here on Sunday talking about number 45. He will be speaking. Now, my next guest, he is the driving force behind Digital Mind State brand. We're going to find out about that. It's a marketing and technology management consulting firm, specializes in global governance of digital communications. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'm sure you're going to tell us. Please welcome the founder and CEO of Digital Mind State, Mike Johns. Mike, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
Mike, we met yesterday. I was very impressed with what you were telling me. Tell me what Digital Mind State is.
Yeah, absolutely. So the short version is we focus on humanizing technology into everyday life. Tech is moving very fast. The next 10 years is more important than the last 100. There has to be this bridge, Silicon Valley to Hollywood. Hollywood represents lifestyle. Silicon Valley represents technology. Digital Mind State sits at that intersection. So I'm a futurist. The day-to-day job has really been focused on working with large, medium, small startups that are doing real cutting-edge stuff in tech. But then on top of that, just due to the repetition of that, you become a futurist. You really study trends, what's going on both government-wise, how tech is impacting that, how it impacts gender, and just a total ecosystem of where we are in this world, and especially with AI, the injection of AI.
So your typical client is who and what?
Oh, your typical startup, anything ranging from Rabbit Tech, which is an AI company that is looking to kind of disrupt the future of the phones, to anything in the telco space. So we work with all of the telecommunications or mobile carriers, to robots, Hanson Robotics, Sophia the robot. Those are clients right there.
So I'm a startup, I'm a tech startup. I call you and you tell me what?
So typically, my biggest phrase right now is tech is only as good as the people that use it.
Okay.
Right? So everything has to have an activation. And one of the biggest beauties of America is the fact that we specialize in that marketing mix. And one of the things that I could say for the culture especially is the fact that we tend to be the drivers of it. If you see a Lil Wayne commercial featuring Samsung and the waterproof phone, or Common doing an AI commercial for Microsoft, that's Digital Mind State. That's the groove, that's the culture as it drives tech and the integration of that. So a startup to large outfits call us as to we need activation, and that's the name of the game. That's why you go from an iPhone 15 to an iPhone 20.
I'm talking to Mike Johns. He's founder and CEO of Digital Mind State. Now, Mike, talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. What is AI?
Oh, wow. You know what, the simplest version of AI, I would just say, is a machine that's been programmed to be smart.
And people tell me that AI will affect everything. How so?
Oh my gosh. So we could be here all day with that, but
Mike's
you know,
Larry, I had no idea you were that primitive.
Right. Say it again?
I said, Mike's saying, Larry, I had no idea you were that primitive.
Right. Well,
there are a lot of people we're talking to that have no idea what that
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny when you say primitive, because right now AI is such a blast, such a disruption, but yet it's still primitive. 10 years from now, I just said 10 years is more important than the last 100. So the things that we're rocking and rolling with right now, to go from a ChatGPT 3 to a 4 to, wow, what is a 5 gonna look like? And the excitement of that, to go from text to voice to text to video, multi-module, all of the stuff that it features, to reasoning to agentic AI, and then to be able to predict. So when I say predictive, it's to say that it's one thing that you and I know the world of Google to be able to go to search. I want to look up a matter, then I just go to Google and I search. It's another thing to say that now I have an agent, which we call agentic AI, that is now know all of my habits, that has all my data, and knows what I like. I want to book a flight in Vegas, it does that for me. The hotel, the accommodations, all of that, I don't need to go to a Google search, and that's why Google is scrambling right now. But when you go beyond that, it's to say when the big homie, Mr. Elder, is like, at 9 p.m., AI knows what you want to eat before you do. AI knows where you're going to be at 4 years from now at 3 o'clock before you even can fathom that. That's powerful, right? And if I can talk that just in terms of its impact, knowing your routine when you wake up, because we started this show, the first thing that you do, like most Americans, is you're on your smartphone. Your smartphone already has GPS location. Let's get the repetition of that. I always say, if it's a routine, it could be automated. As a futurist, if you do things as a routine, it could be automated. So your life is a routine from the minute you wake up. Shit, shave, and shower, and you're taking your phone with you. Oh, I did say that.
It's okay.
It knows where you're going. And so, yes, to answer your question, you tie data, you tie the power of AI, you got something sexy going on.
You said it's a disruptor. Will it cost people their jobs?
So I'm going to answer that a couple of ways. I'll say this for starters. The person that knows AI, that is comfortable with AI, that is embracing AI, is better than the one that does not know AI and will probably keep the job. Are you going to guard America with bows and arrows, or are we going to use nuclear and the latest in technology? Right? We're no longer, where do you go to get bows and arrows? How many of those are being made right now? And you might want to look at that just in an analogy in terms of the future of work, because that's what you're basically asking. And it's short and simple. It's really about not the fear factor of will AI, automation, and robots take jobs. It's the fact that we need to upskill, especially the Black and brown community, white collar community, women. There is now a need for upskilling, and in that upskilling, then you are in control of the future of work.
I think whenever there's some new device, people assume or fear their jobs are going to be lost.
Absolutely.
But the human mind is creative and always figures out something to do with the time that people have for it. Is AI so smart that eventually it'll be smarter than human beings?
When science fiction becomes science fact, yes. I'm just going to lay it out for you because I got love for you. That's the scare. You've heard that. You could go to YouTube and hear people like Elon Musk speak on that. Sam Altman speak on that. When I just talked about agentic AI, then we can get into, and where we're going with it is when we can get into, what do we want to call, it's almost like transhumanism version of it, quantum AI, omniscient AI, right?
We have 30 seconds, Mike. Are you worried about that? Are you worried about the future?
I'm not worried about it. Here's what I do want to happen. I want to make sure, I'm leading off a new campaign, Make America Smart with AI. It's very important that we educate America.
And tell us how people can contact you.
MikeJohns.ceo. That's the website, MikeJohns.ceo. The company website, digitalmindstate.com.
Mike, thanks a lot for coming on. I appreciate it. God bless.